I wasn't exactly sure when, or even if, these clips would ever come into play. But back before Dive Laughter began, Poob, Bryan, and Sam all obliged in humoring me in my request to make recordings of the character creation process together. Watching back over these now, it's pretty funny to see how things evolved, and the different ways each person went about attempting to add sneaky little bits of backstory to each of their newfound identities. I'd like to preface this video by saying they hadn't had any contact with each other in regards to the characters they were making, and had no idea what one another would be cooking up. Which seems hard to believe after seeing it back through now, but I suppose great minds think alike. And so without further ado, I lay these humble bits and clips at your collective, figurative feet. Happy holidays, homies.
No, that should be fine. That should be fine. Yeah, no, this shouldn't take long at all. I don't think so. Okay. How do you want me to frame my character?
In what sense?
In like what, like, is this to be presented to the viewer, or is this just for your writing work?
I guess a bit of both. My idea was basically that,
like, how much showmanship?
I mean, as much as you want, baby. This is for entertainment. But
Okay.
So in a lot of games, the first thing that people will do is just kind of give an exposition dump about their character. But I think that that's silly. Like, a better way to do it is probably, in my opinion, to figure it out naturally, because then there's facets of your character that are unknown, right?
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do for me, if you would be so kind, is just give me a little bit. Well, just basically give me your backstory as much as you kind of have, so that I know where it's coming from, so that I can include that kind of stuff in the story. It doesn't have to be like, my grandfather was blah blah blah, and we came to Bumbletown.
I started doing that, and I decided that would make your job harder if you all of a sudden had to refer to this encyclopedia of shit that I've worked into my own backstory.
No. And again, like, hopefully, like, as we play, you'll come up with more stuff for your character. They don't have to be complete. We want to know a little bit about. It's like you're giving me your Tinder bio worth of information is what we're looking for here. And so the only
backstory I have is stuff that molds my guy's motives. Yeah, that's it.
Because, like, I don't need to know everything about your character. I just need to know enough to where I can come up with an excuse for why you guys are meeting each other in the first place, right?
Okay. Well, my character, it's a beautiful, not really, maybe beautiful by human standards, but it's an elvish man by the name of Hugh. And he's a ranger, class, background, petty thief, and somewhat of a kind of like a amateur confidence artist, you know? And
isn't Poob trying to make a con man as well?
Well, we'll see if
I mean, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, no,
you'll see from based on his, because all this was filled out after the fact. Notebook. I figured out his story. Yeah, go get your notebook.
The old iPad.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Let's restart that. No, wait, no. All right, hold on. I gotta get into the mind of what the hell's going on. I forgot because mine's all back-asswards and weird. All right. Boilerplate stuff before I even get into the other shit. His name's Hugh. He's an elf. He's a ranger. Background: petty thief / con man. Size medium. Alignment: chaotic neutral. If you're doing the whole feet thing, like if he's able to have feet.
I mean, I'm into feet.
Well, he's an actor.
It's going to be a feet-heavy role play.
Very feet-heavy.
How narrow? Yeah. Wide? Like a D or double E?
Like elephant feet. He's really into, like, a filet mignon with toenails.
I mean, because the other thing is, like,
round.
Have you did your character sheet on D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
So I'll have those anyway. But I mean, like, if you want me to know your feats and things, that's fine too. But otherwise, I'll probably just have you send me that.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that thing, actually.
Pretty handy.
Okay. So the background, he grew up in like for Hugh, yeah. He grew up in a wood elf village.
Okay.
believing himself to be an orphan. And he was told he suffered from a debilitating disease that disfigured him, made him stand out from the other elves. And because of this, he felt like he never really fit in, you know? So when he came of age, he naturally moved into a human settlement, and got work at a tavern, being a waiter, you know, just a helping hand, whatever the hell he needed to do in order to get money. Now, here's the problem here is that you don't really get paid a whole lot. Back then, if you worked at a tavern, you just got a room and board and basically a little bit extra. Whatever basically made you dependent on the tavern itself is usually how they would pay people back in these feudalist societies.
Must be so terrible having to deal with a disease and that low income, no health care, I'm assuming.
No, it really, his prospects were not looking good. Naturally, he would turn to stealing from patrons. And I actually have an example written here. Okay. You know, like an older patron talking loudly about how much like a saddler ripped him off or something like that. And so he would make sure he got him nice and drunk, and then he would follow him home, wait until he passes out, and then he would just clumsily break in and steal his saddle or whatever and sell it for not a lot of money. This guy isn't like Danny Ocean. He's not pulling off huge heists. He's just like
getting people drunk and lifting.
He's got a little bit extra, and I want it because he's very self-serving. This man. Okay. And he's got you know, he grew up among elves, so he's proficient with a bow. He's used it in the past to sustain himself food-wise. He's never been in combat. Yeah. He's got a knife that he knows how to use, not in combat. He's really a docile man. He'll talk his way out of most situations, because elves, they rely on diplomacy. They're not the first to start swinging, you know. And this guy's temperament was kind of molded by the environment that he grew up in, which was an elvish settlement. So he's very much, he tries to solve things with his words first, and then if it comes to fighting, he might stab you in the back type thing, whatever the first strike may be that he could do, and then screaming and run away. Like he's not a guy that goes in for the kill. Okay, so not a literal stab to the back, or like a figurative backstab. No, like he'll be like no, like and then like while your back's turned, he'll just be like hit you in the head with a brick and run. Like the Dickens shillelagh tactic. Yes, is like whatever Weasley shit he can do to just survive. Okay. Because this man has been at the bottom of the social hierarchy for his entire life. Does your family care that you ran away, or is that not? No. Wow. They have no interest in getting. That's gotta hurt. Yeah. Did he expect any kind of you know? Was it like I'm gonna leave home and show them, or was it just like I'm not wanted here? He realized that as he got older, how different he was, and they realized his temperament, and he seemed lazy to them, because elves, you know, they only have to meditate 4 hours a day or something like that. But this man, because of his debilitating disease, as an elf, he's rendered incapacitated for 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and so they thought of him as lazy. It's like if you have a 14-year-old kid that just plays Call of Duty all day and he won't get off his beanbag chair. It's like, dude, you need to start looking for like a job at Chick-fil-A or something. Stop being so lazy. A real job, Chick-fil-A job. You need to start climbing that corporate ladder, and then you can abuse homosexuals or whatever they do at that company. And it doesn't have to work on Sundays, though. Yeah, that's true. To accommodate for these large rest periods. What are Hugh's character flaws as an individual? What would you say? Character flaws? Or just, you know, personal flaws. What are the weaknesses he possesses in life? Obviously, he has this disease, but that's more of like a physical flaw. That's afflicting him. Does he have any kind of fears? What are his aspirations? Is he just trying to get by in life? Like, does he have anything he wants? Aspirations are very first world problems. That's like, just going day to day here. This guy, he's stringing himself along day to day. Okay. Yeah. So he has no real goals yet. His problem is that because of his kind of moving around throughout his life, seems to have honestly a problem with depending on people.
Okay.
And he's not dependable himself. You know,
Right.
and so he's not exactly someone you would consider trustworthy, and he's not very quick to trust somebody else for any length of time, because what's the incentive? He's not someone. He's on the fringe of society. People that have trust in other people are people that bought into society. This guy hasn't bought in.
Okay.
He doesn't have his own house. He doesn't pay rent. He doesn't have a legitimate, decent job. He's getting paid under the table or whatever. Barely anything, just fed scraps. He eats shit off of people's plates as he brings it back to the kitchen to wash it.
What's his relationship with the tavern owner then? It's just
it's like a fucking barn dog.
Okay.
Like they're just like, you can stay here and sleep in the hay out back.
because he does what he's supposed to an extent.
If you come in and clean off the tables and stuff, but don't expect us to treat you well or anything.
Good help's
like
hard
that.
to find.
Yeah. But he doesn't, he's not there for the job. He's there because the patrons sometimes have stuff that he can steal.
Well, and I guess that works. So he's living somewhere where people are really coming through. You know, this isn't like the kind of town people stay at for long.
This isn't really a town as much as like an inn at a crossroads.
Okay.
Highly traveled area, and one where you could, if you're, let's say, a horribly disfigured elf, you could kind of lie under the radar, and you could go from that guy that you don't even remember his face, because this guy, he blends in so well with humans.
What are his what are his give me a little bit of a physical description of this guy. Does he have a a slight comb over and a massive forehead and a set of glasses? Or like if you were to give me like a police profile type just description of him, what are we looking at here?
His appearance is brown hair, medium length. Little
style?
to no.
Is it like the penis cuts? Classic penis cut, or
he's got the classic Anton Chigurh special. No, he doesn't have that. Just I'm assuming that this world doesn't have access to good barbery techniques.
Oh no, that's not entirely true. I mean,
so
maybe
he cuts
maybe
it with a sharp rock.
Oh wow, it's just this tavern owner really doesn't care. I would want a little bit of I guess
the sheep get sheared with better technology than this guy has for his own hair cutting.
Cuts hair with rocks.
He's got
because elves. When I think elves, I think kind of just like the effortless beauty, and even wood elves or whatever have kind of flowing locks and things, or braids. But he doesn't opt for that. He just takes a rough stone out back and just grinds it off.
The problem is that this disfigurement he has, this illness that he has, it kind of renders him like you said, elves have effortless beauty. And it doesn't matter how much effort this guy puts in. It seems like he can't attain that beauty standard that his elvish brothers have.
Well, I mean, that would be hard if you're sick. You're never going to look as good.
He's sick, and he has spent so much time just laying on this bed for hours and hours a day.
Oh, he has a bed.
In his house that he grew up in, before he ran away.
Before he went to...
Yeah. It was one of those things where his parents acted like they love him, but he could tell that they were disappointed with how he was turning out.
So they were distant.
Yeah, it was definitely an estranged, distant relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he ever have any regrets about leaving home? Does he want to prove his parents wrong at all? Is he kind of have any kind of sense of revenge towards his parents or hatred towards his parents?
I think he resents the fact that he couldn't assimilate properly into elvish society.
So he does resent his family.
He resents elves in general, but he is able to communicate with them.
Okay.
But
he resents his family, and he just resents
because
all
elves just don't like outsiders. He gets along with them outside of towns and stuff, but he knew that as he walked into a general store in the elvish town, there was whispers like, "Oh, it's that fucking loser."
Okay.
Who brought him?
Kind of a social pariah.
Yeah. He was like a leper in his own place. So he speaks Elvish, and he speaks human dialect, whatever the fuck they speak.
Common, I think is the term.
Common tongue, yeah. He's about 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, fair complexion, green eyes. Do you want me to go down to clothing? I can do clothing. I got it right here, baby.
Why not? Yeah.
He's got a long tan sleeve tunic. One of those big leather belts where it's like way too long for the where like once you cinch it, you got a good 10 inches of belt overhang that you then loop through.
Well, I can't imagine he has like, well-fitted clothes if he's just been outcast and he's cutting his hair with...
To be the,
he was dressed in the finest robes, but he cut his hair with stones.
That seemed to be the norm back then, was having a belt that was like fucking 20 inches too long that you would cinch it and then loop it down. But he also has a little coin purse, on his hip.
How did he end up? I mean, I guess just through being an elf. Like, was he taught? I mean, his family taught him the basics of things. It sounds like if he's qualified in the lowest sense of the word as a ranger, like you said, he knows how to use a bow and arrow. So he does have some level of aptitude or skill when it comes to...
He was part of elvish society. I mean, he's no true formal education, but
he's participating in something and being accepted in something are two totally different things. So that's understandable.
He's passable at the basic things that you would consider an elf to be passable in. He knows how to use a bow. He knows how to hunt for game. He, more than anything, this is a weird aptitude, but he's very, very in tune with what people's weaknesses are. He can instantly see, oh, this guy's got a drinking problem.
So he's good at sizing people up?
Yeah, he's a good sizer of people. Now he
doesn't trust him.
Oh no. He's there to just he talks to someone. He can be as charismatic as need be to get what he wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he definitely is a con man. In the sense of using his charm to aid himself and not others.
Yeah, but he's not disarming and like an overly like, oh, this guy's trustworthy. He's disarming.
I'm trying to imagine this fucking dude coming up to me. He's diseased and has just the raggedy ass hair, and he's just like, "Hey, you come here often?" And I'm he's not charmed by you. Is it more of like a pity
not that
thing,
kind
or
of charisma? Not that kind of charisma.
What kind of
very? Okay, what I'm
if you were to give me like a
is,
pop culture reference for whose kind of charisma are we dealing with here?
I can't think of what I'm
any kind of comparison.
Envisioning.
What are you envisioning? Tell me.
He's able to, let's see. I'm trying to think of someone here that is able to just like spot weakness in someone pretty quick.
Okay.
Understand how they tick, but it's not. It doesn't mean like a guy that's going to talk his way into your bed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This guy is very much like a. If you pass him on the street, you wouldn't even remember that you passed him. He lays low and he watches and listens, but he's not going to be like a guy that's up in your face talking to you, trying to gain your trust. You know what I mean? He's a waiter. It's the perfect job for him. He just sits in the back and listens while you talk to your dipshit friends.
Okay.
And then as soon as he hears a little nugget of information, he slinks away and commits a crime that gets him some money. And you're never going to think, oh, it's that waiter that was in the shadows.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah, why would you? That guy, he was back there cutting his hair with rocks. I remember that
Do you have your player's handbook by chance?
Yeah, it's back here somewhere. Hold on, let me go find it.
Yeah, grab that bad boy. Just because I'm curious if one of these things applies. So if you go to page 128.
All right.
You're going to see charlatan and criminal.
Where at?
Page 128.
Oh, in the book?
Yeah, it should look like one of these.
128.
And again, these are just these are like kind of template style things, but I'm just curious if any of these. I'm getting a good idea of who this character is so far.
Yeah, see, the problem with a charlatan is he, through communication, this guy is very much like a soothsayer, like he's a silver-tongued devil. This man, my character, is not that. Hugh is not that man. Mm-hmm. Hugh is like an opportunist. he knows what makes people tick, but he's not immediately.
He's into
more of a
scamming
criminal.
people, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, scamming people is under charlatan.
Okay.
Again,
the
these are
beauty
more
of
like
a character.
template. Yeah, it doesn't have to fit into these slots, but there's some interesting things here that it brings up under personality traits. So, like flattery is your preferred thing. Like it seems like mostly you just kind of dupe people, grease the wheels a little bit, and then try to steal from them. He's very opportunistic.
Yeah, opportunistic, and he can feel where someone, if they have a vice, he might push them in that direction so that they make a slip up.
And he's chaotic neutral, so he has no real sense of morality in this.
This guy
he has
is
no
trying to get
code.
food for that night. There is no moral right or wrong. He wants.
So he's
dinner.
he's not even very good at what he does, is what I'm gathering, because he
this
doesn't
guy
have the foresight to save anything or to steal something of real value.
I mean, where's he gonna put it? In his haystack out back?
I mean, would he, though, given the opportunity? So say somebody comes through there, there's a chance for him to score big. Is he the kind of person who would take a risk, or is he very cautious about things?
Oh no, he would take a risk because he has no roots. What's the worst that could happen? He gets found out, so what? He just moves on to the next place. He's a drifter. And also, I didn't give this guy any like sizable backstory of like, oh, he's got a house and he takes the shit and he stores it in a can.
No, we don't need that. I just want to know the mind of Hugh. Yeah, I just want to know the mind.
He's been at this tavern for a short time, and he's only recently, within maybe the last 10 months to a year, left his home. So it's like this is the beginning of him setting out on the world into adulthood. I didn't want to give him too much
I
of
was
an
just more
established.
so curious, like, if he was so cautious that he would just stay in his little comfort zone, or if he would be willing to take a risk, even if it meant possibly endangering his life. You know?
Oh, this guy does Hail Marys left and right.
Okay.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He'll throw along. Good.
Yeah, he'll throw along. Also, I'm noticing here a charlatan does sleight of hand stuff, and this guy kind of all right at that. He'll do a snatch and grab.
I imagine he's got to be a little quick. He's lubing people up with alcohol, so it's not like, he's not just.
He's not like a master pickpocket. Yeah. He's not like bump into you and steal a coin purse without you knowing. But he's definitely this guy has his back turned. I'm gonna dig through his bag for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say? Okay.
Wait, hold up your player handbook again. To this page. Is it just me, or is your art for your guy different? No. Or is that the exact same?
It's the same.
Oh, how old's your player handbook?
Probably a little bit older.
Oh, okay.
So it's just faded, I think, a bit.
All right.
What about any kind of... Has he ever had any romantic interests or anything like that? Has he ever caught himself, looking for a pretty face? Is he interested in anything like that, or
this man is hounding?
He's a boon hound.
But here's the problem: he grew up in a world where, because of his disfigurement,
self-confidence has got to be a little bit shot.
He was constantly rejected. Why would an elf woman want to sleep with this gross?
There's other women out there. Dwarf women might find him attractive. He's probably
This is his first jaunt outside of Elvish territory. He's only been at this tavern. He loves it.
How old is he?
Just coming of age for an elf.
Like
so
20,
whatever,
24,
20, maybe 20. Yeah, late teens, early 20s.
I mean, elves live a long time, but they mature at the same rate as humans up till I think 30, and then they do the long.
This guy's 19.
All right,
I'm putting my foot down on that.
Oh, I like that. That's good. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, 19 years old, you don't.
Yeah. So he's stifled in this and constantly rejected in this elvish world. He comes over, he leaves, and goes to this human settlement, and all of a sudden he realizes there are ladies that look back at me. Okay. I'm not the worst guy that's here. I imagine
a lot of people are looking at his hair.
I'm not I'm not the worst thing that's walked in here.
Okay.
I'm not instantly in everybody's gaze, because the exact opposite is what he grew up with. What he grew up with was he walked into a room, people immediately took notice of him. They say, that guy's a fucking freak. He looks different than us. He sleeps all the fucking time. This guy's a weirdo. And then in the human world, he comes over. All of a sudden, he's so nothing. He's so not different from everybody that people lose him in the crowd.
And so
You forget him the second you see him.
even complete degenerates I've experienced in my life occasionally have friends. Does Hugh have any friends?
This guy is nobody.
Nobody.
But he would love to have a couple companions, couple friends.
Okay. I guess that plays into not being able to trust people. What is it that would earn his trust, or what? Yeah, it makes sense that he doesn't like elves and doesn't trust elves. But what about other people? Like, what kind of conditions would make him trust somebody, or is it just?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Have to figure that out.
Right now, this guy hates he's curious.
He's a self-loathing elf? Is he one of those guys?
No. Moving to this tavern and kind of mingling with these humans has sparked his curiosity of the world.
I would think
there's more out
he's
there.
He's got to
than
hear a
elves.
lot,
Yeah.
And he's getting people drunk, and drunk people love to talk. So I would think that he'd be getting, a glimpse of the outside world beyond what he's experienced. No.
And I feel like he hates his current position at the tavern, and he's looking for some opportunity, some big thing where he can go off and have a reason to leave, to go make some money, to go make a name for himself, to find acceptance.
I mean, I would count that as an aspiration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, aspiration. Life not sucking more than elf world. That's his aspiration. I want life to not suck. I want to be accepted.
So it's less.
I want to be able to afford some scissors to cut my fucking hair in the future.
Hugh isn't looking so much to make something of his self so much as he's looking for acceptance from somewhere else. Is that what I'm getting here?
Yeah.
All right.
He just wants to, know.
It's not like he's walking around telling people this, but I'm trying to get into the heart of the character here.
Yeah.
And so is 19 years old, confused, shitty kind of upbringing, rejected, runs away from home essentially. Nobody cares, which has got to feel terrible. Nobody's out looking for him. Goes, works in a tavern, cuts his hair with rocks, is getting people drunk just to get enough to get by. But somewhere deep inside, maybe whether he knows it or not, enough to articulate it, this dude wants acceptance.
Yeah.
All right. And he's willing to take risks, which is a dangerous and common, I think, combination at that age, both looking for acceptance and willing to take a risk.
Oh, the cult leader's wet dream this guy is. Charles Manson would be fucking cranking it under the table while talking to him.
All right.
Oh, okay. Bad home life. Okay. How's the situation with
this
your
guy.
father? Okay,
Yeah, right.
right.
Oh,
okay. Bad
daddy
haircuts.
issues.
I'm Charles Manson. That's what I do. Okay.
This is our whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. He's 19 and hasn't really been seen much of the world, but he doesn't sound gullible, I would say. That lack of trust probably keeps him safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's in his short time at this tavern, he's really, because the thing about elves is you can tell a lot by how they just look at you, how they feel, and he was able to pick up very easily that he wasn't welcome in places.
Well, and we're talking specifically about the elves he knows. Like, this is his family. It's a big world.
No, just in his town. Just in his town.
Big world.
Yeah. And so he's, when he, kind of shifted over to this human settlement.
And specifically Wood Elf.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
As he shifted over there, he realized that, these kind of things transcend race. Like, he's able to kind of pick up on whether or not someone's angry or someone's
good at sizing people up.
Yeah. He's there's a lot of what is that called, body language that he's able to pick up on.
Yeah.
Someone's scared, someone aggressive. All of a sudden, this guy looks like he's gonna start swinging. I might step back a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we got ourselves a character, homie. I think that's
Okay.
That's all you really need.
Oh, you didn't let me get finish my clothing. I don't know
Oh
if
no!
that actually.
Yeah. I mean, let's go for it. So far,
Okay.
he's just got a redonko belt, brown medium hair that he cuts with a rock.
Yeah, he's got a tan tunic.
Tan
He's got a
tunic.
long belt. He's got green trousers, calf-high boots. You know, very elvish attire. Leather gloves for cold mornings. He's got a big wool cloak if there's like foul weather or anything. He's got a bow. He's got a boot knife. He's got a waxed canvas rucksack, quiver with 10 arrows. That's about it. Just normal, like, I need to hunt myself some food if need be.
Just keeps it out in the barn or whatever.
Yeah. And dude, if it comes down to it, he can snatch up his shit and get out of there because he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possessions under his name.
Ready to drift.
He's ready to drift. And buddy, he's hoping them wins pick up sometime soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's hoping there's an opportunity that walks through that tavern door. Who knows?
The winds of change are upon you.
Yeah.
All right, this is good.
Okay.
That's everything I could need.
Okay.
Hopefully, Poob and Bryan hold themselves to the same standard here.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. I got a good idea in mind for who Hugh is. All right.
Do you need his full name?
Yes.
Okay. I might type it out. How do I type it out?
No, you can say it, and I'm gonna cut it like a little bit ago, but at some point, like maybe this will be useful.
Okay. His name is Hugh. Last name Manatelf. And which is Mannotelf. So it's human, not elf.
Yeah. Well, naturally of the
or it could be just last
Southern
name
Wood Elf
man.
Manitelf family. They're
Yeah.
known. They're
Yeah.
known.
Yes, long line of Manatelfs. Yeah. So it's either Hugh Manatelf or it's either Hugh last name Man.
You better keep that shit in your pocket for a while, dude. I don't think your last name should come up for a minute.
No, yeah, that's why the last name isn't there.
Or
Like, I'm not gonna say it.
Or Hugh O'Telf, and then Man should be his middle name. His name is Hugh O'Telf. Like, he's like an Irish wood elf.
Yeah.
The O'Telfs.
Oh, I love that Big Lebowski moment where he finds the other the other detective outside.
Yeah.
And he's like, who the fuck are you, man? He's like, I'm a brother Seamus. And he goes, like an Irish monk? He's like, no, I'm a fucking private detective, you idiot. Like an Irish monk.
All right. There we go. Title. Ric Flair. I'm going to bust out my day planner for this. In case I need to take notes on something. Wow, I have not used this thing in like 3 months. I really need to get back on it. Okay, 29th. I'm still writing while looking having sex. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's... Well, my character in my other campaigns... Or giving a shoulder massage. I don't want to assume... Yeah, I remember you saying that. When you showed me the model workup, that shit was so cool. Yeah, he has a lot of sex, so... Well, I mean, if you're an elephant, you should. This is just to paint a picture for the other players and they're kind of what he's all about. I'll have to make one for this character magic too. X. And well, we're all animal characters. Really represent. Are we? No, in that one, we're all like beast characters. So okay, and like everyone seemingly feels kind of like racist against that in that campaign, but you know, this is just gonna represent the vine of life. Wow. The 4 main animal groups: monkey, giraffe, elephant, lion. When we were looking at different milk types the other day, apparently giraffe milk is like a superfood. Oh. Like helps with diabetes and all kinds of stuff. But it has really high milk fat without being like cheese thick, like whatever whale milk we were looking at. Oh yeah. I didn't hear about the giraffe milk. That sounds like a delicacy. I want a giraffe ranch so bad. If the milk's that good, you gotta wonder what the meat's like. I don't want to eat one, but I definitely milk one.
So what do you want me to? How do I do this? Sorry, I'm eating too. Hey,
Don't be what? No, get comfortable. Get comfortable. I mean, I'm wearing dress pants that you can't see, and this is actually really formal on my side, but I want you to be as relaxed as possible. As
My
relaxed. Like, if you have muscle relaxers or anything, you should probably take some of those.
I don't know what's happening. You keep cutting out. I don't know if that's...
It's probably me. Let me see if I can fix it.
Now you're back. It's like cutting out for like sentences at a time.
Let me restart Discord.
I can hear you right now.
Okay, I'll restart Discord and see if it fixes things.
I will too, just to be safe. I can record from my end too if you want.
That would probably be better. That's okay.
Yeah, I'll just record it like I record the podcast track.
Again, I'm not 100% sure if I'll end up using this, but I figure it's better to have it.
Yeah, just to be safe. You know.
All right. So let's talk about your character.
My character is a bard.
He's a bard.
But I didn't want, it's my first bard, and I didn't want to go down the normal, he's
The bard
a
hole.
musician, works at a bar, or whatever bards do, plays a lute, stuff like that.
I mean, it has the word bar in the name.
Yeah, I just connected that.
A little too on the nose, I think.
Yeah, so I'm a barn bard. I want to be more like an
Like a barn owl?
Yeah, like a barn owl. I was thinking, like what other types of bards could there be? Storytellers, riddle masters,
Riddle masters
beatboxers.
are definitely, yeah.
Riddle master was what I was going for a while, and then I realized how hard it would be to come up with riddles on the spot.
It would be incredibly challenging, but
I've never come up with one
you're
riddle.
also a level 1 riddle master, so I think that could play well into your character development, because how great at riddles is a level 1 riddle master?
Oh, I was watching some movie the other day, and it was like the wisest poem. It was like, gloves make for a poor gift for a man with no hands. And it was like supposed to be like pseudo intelligent. And I'm like, that is true. That could be like
that's level 1.
Yeah, level 1 philosophy. Gloves make for a poor gift for those with no hands. So the type of bard that I want to try to be is kind of like a wrestler, like a WWE type of this world. Like, I'm sure it'd be super amateur. Like, and it's more like a blossom, level 1. Not too dissimilar. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it would maybe be like Nacho Libre in that, it's kind of more like he puts on the costume and wants to be a wrestler, but he's not very good at it. And maybe he's breaking out of his day job. It's almost like
he's got an ambition.
Yeah, it's almost like a vigilante thing too, in a way, but not really. But it'll lean into some tropes, the tragic backstory.
Okay.
Of so far my working. Okay, and this is really important. Not really, but his name.
I'm putting a star next to this.
Okay, his name is Poob. His first name P-O-B. Last name Goblin. So his name's Poob Goblin. Not a rip on Bob Goblin, a children's character from a show. It's just his name. And was he raised by goblins after his parents died? Maybe. Will I work that in there? I don't know yet.
Okay.
But
might have been raised by goblins.
Might have been raised by goblins. Write that down, because tragically, both of his parents died during childbirth. So, and he had a twin.
You don't hear that often.
No, you don't. He's been branded with this strike of, bad luck in his life. Is kind of what's been happening to him his whole life. Both parents died during childbirth. I'm not going to elaborate on that yet.
I wouldn't want you to. That's pretty,
he had
dark.
a twin that he absorbed in utero that was supposed to be born. So, yeah, basically his whole family.
Who's around to tell him that?
What?
If both his parents died in childbirth, who was around to tell him about his sibling?
He eats and flight. He's maybe there's even triplets. I haven't decided yet, but it definitely gave him some sort of like their power. And Oh, that'd be cool if he had like split personality, but it was just his siblings' minds trapped in his. I don't think that's how it works though biologically. But anyway, so yeah, he's got like all this bad luck going on. So I was trying to think like his sigil on his little wrestler costume. I don't know what it'd be like yet. Maybe like a Rey Mysterio type, but bigger.
Nice. Okay.
But I think his sigil would be like a 2-leaf clover.
Okay.
Kind of be like, oh, well, I've got no luck. I can't even find a 4-leaf clover. Like, oh, I did it again. I goofed it up. And kind of represent the 2 parents that died and the twins.
A lot of symbolism. I like this.
Yeah. So what's another sign of luck? Like a horseshoe. It's a 2-leaf clover
Horseshoe,
and
rabbit's foot.
an upside down horseshoe. It's the opposite. No, it's a straightened horseshoe. It's a stick. I don't know. Or yeah, maybe a rabbit's.
Like the rest of the rabbit.
It's a rabbit with no feet. It's a rabbit with no feet gnawing at a 2-leaf clover. Is his sigil.
I actually really like
And
that.
because it has no feet, it can't wear horseshoes, which is just another symbolism of, this guy's anti-luck. And I haven't really landed on what his day job will be yet. I need to figure out, like, first I'm like, he's a realtor. And at night, he's, this aspiring kind of underground. He goes to these underground wrestling matches and stuff. Maybe he's a florist or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But he's got like some sort of, kind of mundane job.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of jobs people in this world have yet.
What race are we talking here?
He's a human.
Okay.
He's just a guy, but his name's Hobgoblin.
Human bard. What alignment?
Fuck. He is.
It's like chaotic good.
Yeah, I'd say chaotic good.
I'm not,
Kinda, like,
not
he
trying to
thinks
put
what
alignment in your mouth. I'm just
No. That was
You're like a wrestler.
He's doing what he thinks is right, but sometimes things get twisted up, and maybe he hears voices in his head that he thinks are his siblings he ate up. Maybe that never even happened. Maybe he was an only child given up for adoption. His backstory will really kind of probably come full circle in the 3rd act with some sort of epic reveal.
Most likely it's some kind of wrestling
Oh,
show.
wait, I can't hear you again, but if you just, make a noise until it comes back, I'll hear you. Oh, you're back.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
I feel like you should have an arch nemesis in the wrestling world.
Oh, yeah.
Sawbone.
So original.
Mysterious Ray.
Okay,
Mysterium.
so let's see here. What kind of morals would you say that your character has, or are they? Let's see. Where's the examples here? I remember where it was, but it's like, is your character like kind of a trusting person? Are they
He's
suspicious of the world? Do they have friends? Are they kind of a loner, or
potentially raised by goblins? So he's he's got kind of like a primal sense of tribe. Like he's a loyal guy.
Okay.
But he is, it's like once he has your trust, it's there until you break it. But maybe it's hard to reach him, to really find the real him underneath his, like double identity or something. I don't know where I'm going with this.
So, I'm just saying, if he's chaotic good, he has his own set of
code.
Beliefs, right? So what is a little bit of that code? Like, what is something that that Hobgoblin absolutely adheres to?
Okay, Hobgoblin will not kill kids. No, let me think. Hobgoblin.
You got to be careful with that one.
Yeah, I know. Hobgoblin. Well, how are goblins treated in this world? Are they treated fine, or are they like second-class citizens?
They're fine.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe he's like a goblin activist.
Some goblins, depending on where you go, are quite respected.
You cut out a little. They're
quite respected, depending.
Oh, okay.
Like it's there's not there's some racism in the world, but it's not like it's not as obvious as generic fantasy.
Now that I think about it, maybe he's raised by goblins and he thinks he's a goblin, like Kung Fu Panda, where it's like, what? My dad isn't a duck? And he's got to, come to terms.
Gotta have the noodle dream.
Yeah, with the fact that he's actually a human boy, man, and not a goblin. Or something. It's cool.
Do you want that to be part of it? Think about it. I'm cool with it, but I just want you to think about it.
Maybe he walks or he speaks in goblin tongue and stuff. And okay, his code though.
So does he speak goblin as a language?
I would think so. Yeah, I think he speaks common and goblin.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
with me.
okay.
That's fine. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it's part of how this person was raised. It makes sense that it would be part of their development.
And let's see. His code. It's big rules.
I mean, we don't have to be 100%, but the generic idea to it. Like, I like, the loyalty. So,
He's a loyal guy.
Is Pob's word bond, like, does he say it how he means it type deal? Or, like, what do they adhere to?
He's got a certain, je ne sais goblin, about him, where, well, I don't know a lot about goblins in D&D. Are they like mischievous or are they like cool?
You can make up whatever you want.
Oh, okay. They've got the goblin code that he follows, adheres to. Share your loot,
So we're gonna say this is his specific goblins,
his tribe's
tribe.
Yeah.
That way you can make it as specific as you want in terms of,
It's basically like the Communist Manifesto, but for goblins. And there's like, let me think. Code. Share your goblin loot. No fighting within the tribe. Okay. Everybody love everybody. That's a good one. Keep the team together. Stealing's okay if it's in a Robin Hood sense. That's one of his big ones. You can steal from anyone richer than you until you become richer than them.
It's a complicated tribe, these goblins. What was the tribe's name, by chance?
They are the... Let me think on that for 1 second. No race mixing. You have to marry and have sex with goblins only in the tribe. Their names are the... It just has to have goblin in it.
Only breed with other goblins.
Yes. And they use me as kind of like a milk cow.
Bob Goblin, the human bard who follows the goblin code, where we must only breed with other goblins.
Yeah, they just don't have the heart to tell them.
But everybody love everybody.
Yeah, but everybody love everybody. It's a very small world view they've got. They're kind of... I'd assume that they're a little detached from society, maybe like woodland.
I'm guessing he's coming from not the biggest goblin tribe in the world.
No,
this is definitely an offshoot. Sounds like they got their own thing going on.
They're goblin extremists that were kicked out of a larger goblin group, and they found this human baby or something and have raised him. And he doesn't know maybe that both his parents died in childbirth and that he's absorbed his twin in utero. Or potentially triplets. And I gotta make this work full circle into why he wants to be a wrestler on the side, because he's just raised by goblins. Maybe
do you come from a tribe that produces fantastic goblin wrestlers?
Yeah, maybe it's like a bit of a...
That's like, you're like the Ohio State of the goblin world type deal.
And also because I'm just... I'm like a I'm like a big guy in this tribe of goblins.
What's your Well, we'll get to that actually. We'll do physical
I'll get to
characteristics
that.
a little
But
bit.
I would think he'd be like a big guy, so they kind of used me as like a champion goblin in their little goblin wrestling matches.
Okay.
And they paint me green or whatever goblins are, and I go out there and that's how I got into it, and then eventually I break out of my tribe and I go to find myself or something.
Famous for producing
I have the Noodle Dream equivalent.
goblin wrestlers.
I start hearing the voice of my twin that I absorbed in utero or something telling me to go out and see the world. And that's why I go to the tavern where I meet them or whatever.
Is it possible that somebody, well, they both died in childbirth, but is it possible that you have a nemesis that's somehow responsible for that?
It could be possible, yeah.
Is it also possible that your siblings didn't die?
It is also possible.
That you could have a like
I think a goblin told me.
partially absorbed nemesis sibling out there who's
My goblin father that raised me a little told me that my old tribe, my parents died during childbirth, and I absorbed all my siblings. I absorbed the whole litter.
The truth is that you were the surviving one, and
Yeah.
that there were actually quadruplets, and your other darker,
I
more
could have
evil,
like a Naga wrestler.
absorbed the other ones. But to spare you the harsh realities, they just blamed you instead, so you wouldn't be worried about having this alternate
really
evil.
I like that, and it's like because I blame myself for that.
I'm
I've
not
always
saying that should be.
No, I like
pitching
that a
here
lot.
just in case. Just in case you want that in your back pocket for
I
something.
would would like that, and
Put a
I think this.
I'll let you decide on that as the story develops. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, this pressure of like you killed not only your mother in childbirth but your father somehow too, and you sucked up all your kids. Like that's why my sigil is the footless rabbit eating a 2-leaf clovers, because I've just had such a negative attitude about like, oh brother, like I've got the worst luck, but did I, or was I really the luckiest boy ever for surviving whatever tragedy fell? Maybe one day my sigil will be rabbit's feet eating a 4-leaf clover.
I mean, or you just end up finding the luckiest wrestler alive, and there's some kind of unspoken connection that you have with them.
Yeah,
While everybody thinks they're the good guy, you actually figure out that all of their powers come from dark sources.
And we look the exact same.
Except you've been painted green so many times.
And I just have a really bad hunch to me because I've been surrounded by goblins my whole life. I appear to be like 5'5", but I'm actually like 6'5".
What are any romantic inclinations?
I've got a goblin I bang a lot, I guess, probably like a goblin girlfriend.
Do you have a goblin girlfriend, or are you playing the field, or like?
I'm playing the field. My guy's got commitment issues.
Romance, commitment issues.
Because he's afraid to get too attached to anyone because he thinks he's such a sign of bad luck that something bad will happen to them just by proximity.
Afraid of attachment.
Scared of
Feels
destiny.
They are a constant source of bad luck. Okay. So like when anything bad happens, does your character just tend to blame themselves in this luck then?
Yes.
Okay.
He thinks it's like almost a supernaturally bad luck about him.
Just the curse.
Yeah.
Okay, is that
the curse of the whole rabbit?
For ambition, you're talking about like leaving the place to go find your whatever. Is it like have you won some kind of local tournament and now you're going to see the bigger picture of the world?
It could be it could be almost like a berserk thing where he's like, I need to go. I've got my band of the hawk, my band of the goblin, and I'm like crazy good at it. But I'm like, I need to go out there and face stronger and stronger opponents to grow my fame, it's time I start taking my luck back one
And
fight at a time.
Is this real, or is this like a Ace Ventura 2 thing where your goblin tribe is actually like, holy fuck, I want to get rid of this guy?
Yeah, no, it could definitely. I'm like, all right, Papa, like I'm ready to go, and they're like, oh, okay, like here's the bag, here's
Big celebration.
yeah.
Hey,
I think
Bob Goblin, yeah, dude. Best of luck, never come back.
yeah, because maybe I probably do just like trounce them. Like I probably wrestle the shit out of them, but they're getting pretty sick of it, and I probably eat like 4 goblins rations of food per meal.
Yeah.
And they're like, like holy, maybe only my like goblin grandmapa, my grandpapa,
Okay.
and grandma.
Were they who
Love
raised
me.
you?
Sure, yeah. I was raised by goblin grandparents, and they're like, yeah, your parents died. Like we're your grandparents. And it's an
Raised by
old, cute goblin couple.
Gobbo grandparents. That's adorable, actually. Do you have a player's manual?
I do not on hand.
Okay. Well, under just like kind of the ideas or variants of like, type, they have entertainer. And then under the types for entertainer, there's gladiator, which is, basically
Pretty
what you
close,
are.
yeah.
And under gladiator, there is folk hero.
Oh, yeah.
So already the people of your home village regard you as their champion. Your destiny calls you to stand against tyrants, monsters, or threats, the common folk elsewhere.
Yeah, that's pretty, I'm kind of like the
So you're
the
kind of
line
like
of
a folk hero.
defense. Yeah, I'm like a folk hero.
Kind of. I mean, not exactly, but I see that as kind of. So
I'm a hero to some folks.
So your romantic interests are nothing like major. You have got
No.
a girlfriend that you bang, but it's not like a driving force.
Yeah.
You're raised by your goblin grandparents. Yeah. What specifically, I guess, has caused you to leave your village?
I think it's probably a little bit of, it's like maybe he's grown up and he's like, I'm not a goblin, or maybe deep down he knows it, but he's not ready to admit it or something. And that mixed with the like, he's probably like 400-0 wrestling little goblins. And
Damn,
he's
dude.
like, I got to get out there and like see what's in the world. Cause he's kind of, maybe he's even in like a goblin, cult or something. Like they're extremists in a way. So it's like, not that he's not very worldly and he needs to become more.
So what?
Maybe
He just wakes up one day like I want
trying
to
to
just
well,
yeah,
the
no.
noodle dream variant. It's funny, but let me think. Oh,
Does he have a
There
dream
could
and he
be.
sees
There-
like a different wrestler? Is there like a shadowy figure in
I
the dream
think-
that he talks to in this lucid moment, and then he decides that he has to go find this person?
maybe he goes on like it could even be almost like they're like, hey, go to the town, boy, and like fetch us goblin food or something. And then when he comes back, his whole tribe's been wiped out, and his
Okay.
goblin grandparents are fucking dead or something. And he's all like,
Dude,
whoa.
just really reinforces this bad luck.
Yeah. They give him a hobgoblin birthday, and he's like, "This is the best day of my life." Like blah blah blah, and he bangs the shit out of his hot. It's not implied she's hot, but probably hot goblin
I
girlfriend.
mean, you know she is, dude.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Oh!
matter how weird they are.
Is-
If you're like 4 times the size of everybody else, like you're gonna be banging
that's-
some hot chick.
Like, yeah, that could. Yeah,
You ever seen a guy who's like 6'6" with an ugly chick?
No. And maybe his goblin grandparents that night give him his wrestler's outfit. Is like it's handmade, like fucking threaded, needled little thing with his sigil of. Oh, maybe it starts as a 4-leaf clover and a full rabbit, and then after this horrible event that happens, he rips off the rabbit's
clovers.
body and the 2 clovers, also symbolizing his hobgoblin grandpa and grandpa.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think what would something. I'll think on it. Something brings him away from the tribe that night as he's feeling the most connected he's ever felt, and then tragedy strikes basically everyone there dies. Maybe there's a couple, people that escaped to then later on give him like some truth bombs or something.
Okay.
But that really reinforces the like, look what happened. I got close. And once again, Hobgoblin's luck strikes. And
that gives you a reason for revenge, I suppose, if that's within his emotional wheelhouse.
I think revenge is becoming something, that he's
Or at least
wanting
find
some
out
sort
who
of
did
vengeance.
this.
Yeah, he might sway. Maybe he starts in his early days as lawful good, and he slowly starts becoming more, lawful chaotic, and maybe eventually neutral chaotic. Or so. I don't think he would go evil or anything, but it depends though what kind of truths he finds.
Yeah. Could have just end up lawful evil. Okay, so one day, something. We'll just say something for now, because we don't know. Something / someone attacks village when Poob is busy elsewhere. I'll let you figure all that stuff out.
Yeah.
Maybe he just goes to bang his goblin girlfriend in the woods. Just goes to give him like a, happy birthday, Mr. President. He's busy elsewhere.
She goes to give him a blowgob, and he fucking comes.
Okay. One day, someone attacks the village when Poob is busy elsewhere. Results in the death of grandparents
Who recently bestowed him his kind of
finds
his outfit.
they had made him a special wrestling outfit.
It's also
Character's dope.
is dope. The outfit's a little short on him, so it's like the sleeves go to like here, and on the legs they're like capris.
Okay, let's let's do a physical description.
He's like 6'5" and jacked as shit.
6'5".
To make it even more ridiculous that he
Jacked
is
to
living
the
amongst
tits.
goblins. And he's just been wrestling like his whole life.
Is his skin kind of green from being dyed so many times?
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, he's got like kind of like a jaundice, but green. Like
Yeah.
it definitely
They've
looks like
done
he
it
has
just
like
so many times over the years that it's just like permanent. It's like basically he's almost tattooed like an off green.
yeah.
Okay.
He's got kind of like a limey look to him in a non-British way.
Kind of permanently green skin. What kind of hair? Is it long? Is it short? Is he doing
It's,
like
yeah,
a Triple H type
it's hard to,
thing?
like,
Or is he doing like a... Do you have early onset male pattern baldness? What's
No.
goblin fashion like in your tribe? Do they do the Japan thing where you shave it all and then do the top knot in the back? Is it like...
That'd be kind of cool.
is it like some kind of Hasidic Jew thing where you just have like long side curls and a beard?
It's...
Does he wear a mask most of the time? Maybe after the death of your
It's-
family, you put on a mask and you become like a man in the Iron Mask Mysterio? Or
That would be cool.
what? I mean,
I think currently he has black hair, jet black hair that they shave, like you said, kind of the like monk cut into it or whatever.
Yeah.
But instead of the back ponytail, he has two spikes of hair that look like big goblin ears.
okay.
They're meant to like symbolize, like goblin ears.
So it's like
and
a
he's-
Wolverine-esque hair,
Yeah,
but with
it's
the top dropped.
Wolverine. Wait, no, actually, it's
mean, that's
just
pretty-
like
pretty
Wolverine.
dope.
Yeah, it's like,
Jet black hair, Wolverine style.
but more like, yeah, it's like Wolverine, but goblin variant.
Wolverine style goblin variant.
What an intimidating person, dude. 6'5", jack to the tits with off-green jaundice skin and Wolverine hair. That's my man right here.
Definitely seems sickly if it wasn't for his great physique.
And what are your characters' flaws? Like, what is a... Do they have fears? Are they too trusting? Are they gullible? Or are you a sucker for a pretty goblin face? You know, are you too benevolent in the sense that you go, you know, you overextend yourself to try to help people? Like, what are... I'm just throwing stuff.
No, that helps. It really does. I think some minor ones would be, you know, he's self-deprecating because he blames himself for all these things. He's very...
Okay. Yeah, I got that. The self-deprecation.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of something that could potentially be used as like... I don't want something that's going to screw you, but if an opportunity presents itself where you have to, like, well, I adhere to this... I think he's gullible. Okay.
Because he kind of thinks he's a goblin. A little. He's trusting.
How do you know better when that's where you're raised?
That's true. He's trusting of like his group. You know, he's susceptible to being tricked by those close to him.
Trusting.
Like he probably wouldn't just. Yeah, he wouldn't just like believe a stranger if they told him something crazy.
No, but trusting, like, yeah, I got you.
And
what was I gonna look up?
Also, his dick's too big that he hurts goblins when he has sex with them, which is... He's also not very, like, scholarly because he's been raised by goblins in the woods, but he's kind of got that, like he's street smart, you know? Because they've been doing... They do what they have to do to survive as a goblin tribe branched off from a bigger one. It's kind of like being raised at a circus, but...
Yeah. So flaw is representative of vices, compulsions, fears, or weaknesses.
He smokes too much weed.
In particular, is he addicted to goblin gas?
Yeah, goblin gas. He's kind of, when he gets off work, he just immediately smokes goblin gas and fucking lays in his yurt or whatever.
I mean, I'm perfectly happy to make goblin gas part of this universe.
Yes.
Okay.
It's there. They are like... It's like, you know, like certain parts of the Shire have like famous hobbit families that are like really good at growing their like little weed. Like their goblin tribe definitely
addicted to goblin gas.
Yeah, they make like some grade A shit.
Okay.
I have to think like visually if it's just like weed or if it's some sort of like you crack something open and like and it's like more of a gas.
Yeah. I mean, it could be derived from a plant, but maybe they sell it as like a gas thing.
Yeah.
It's like in a mask that you just crack.
Yeah. You have to wear a full Bane mask.
Well, that plays into your wrestling character, actually, I guess, if you're constantly wearing the goblin gas mask.
It makes me hungry and something. Maybe that's like...
It's like reverse berserking. Like, oh no, he's put on the goblin gas mask. Hey, what's the worst happens? Well, he's probably gonna eat something and go to sleep.
I run too hot, so I take my like Bane venom. Except for like when I put it in, like I just mellow out.
That's actually not interesting. I mean, not interesting character piece. This guy doesn't have goblin gas. He actually starts like he's pretty fucking scary. He does not have the best temperament, honestly.
Yeah, he has unresolved rage issues.
Yeah. So basically, your tribe just kept you high all the time because they had this 6'5" monster living with them. Okay, interesting. I kind of like it. I mean, but you said you're good. You're chaotic good.
Yeah,
so,
I'm
mean,
good.
It's not.
But maybe the chaotic part is kind of like when I don't have my gas, you know.
Well, goblin gas many places in the world is illegal. So, but I mean, like obviously you're following your own code here, so that plays into kind of chaotic good. And do you have anybody left alive that you have a tie or bond to? Maybe
not that I know of yet, but there are. Like I would say there'd probably be like a couple stray goblins from our tribe that made it out in time.
Now that you've created this character, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that in this world, I'm deciding it now. There is going to be a WWE equivalent in the sense that like there's obviously like backyard wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And then you have your next tier is kind of like the just like promo wrestling, which I didn't even know existed until I got out of California, and then now you actually see flyers where it'll be like, come to Kitty Hawk High School or whatever for the fucking amateur, So it's pretty cool to see. So in this world, that we're just going to assume right here, right now, that wrestling is a thing, okay? Yes. And so it exists. It exists in small form and large form, and then the top tier is going to be some kind of WWE equivalent.
Yes, fuck yeah.
Like, would you say that that's like a goal of your character is to eventually be in that, or like?
Yeah, well, I think when he finds out that that's the thing, he's like, maybe this is my purpose. Yeah, like this, like take it. What great way to break the stigma of having bad luck than to win, such a grand.
How would they find out about it, though?
I don't know. Maybe just like as the journey goes on, you see a flyer, you're like, oh, other people wrestle? And then he works his way up, does some minor league stuff. Scouter sees him.
Is there, okay, so when you decide to just set off, are you just setting off in a random direct, like, so I was thinking maybe you would find a piece of the flyer in the wreckage of your town that would give you a clue, but that might be too much too fast.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I think it would be nice if there was something that sent you in a direction other than, like, I mean, because in reality, if you just came back and your home was fucking burnt down to the ground, I don't think you'd just be like, yeah, I'm going west. We'll see what happens. Like,
I think they know of towns around them, but they just stay. Yeah, they stay away from them for the most part, except for when they're desperate. And they Robin Hood steal. So I think maybe whatever starting town we all meet up. Maybe it's near there.
You'll just be kind of hanging out trying to steal.
I'll just be. Maybe I'll be trying to survive and lay low, even though I'm a big ass green guy.
That's gonna work. It's gonna work well into Sam's character. I'm not gonna tell you why or whatever, but just everything that your character is doing and going through, and your personality will mesh in an interesting and meaningful way with Sam's character.
When I introduce myself to them as a goblin, if they roll a poor perception, will they just believe? Yeah. They'll just be like, okay. Yeah. That'd be so funny.
You guys are only going to know. Again, the whole reason I'm doing this is so I know what's going on for the sake of developing your story and for building more of the world around your characters, i.e., creating wrestling events and things like that I might not have normally just had in the world. But for you guys, just from my own experience, I think it's so much more fun to be able to, it's just like I can tell you about me right now and hopefully you believe me because I tell you the truth. But the fact is, you could tell me anything about you and, I wouldn't really know, aside from what you've told me before, if you were just like, oh, yeah, by the way, my dad was director of the CIA and okay, I guess these are things about Poob. So I want you guys to be able to do that with your characters and to let on as much as you feel comfortable letting each other know. And then that way, hopefully, as different things happen in the story, you can choose to share that information or not with each other. I think that's more fun.
That'll be sweet. I'm very excited.
But this is good. All right, so just a once over here, and I think we're good. Class Bard, race human, alignment chaotic, good. Kind of in that WWE wrestler Nacho Libre-esque, where you're just kind of starting out. You're dominant in your tribe, but mostly because you're 6'5" and an absolute hunk. You might have been raised by goblins, or rather were raised by your goblin grandparents. You've been led to believe that your parents were goblins, but you're not sure of the truth, and they both died in your during childbirth. You've also been told by your grandparents, I'm assuming, that you absorbed siblings in utero.
A whole litter of siblings.
You speak goblin, and you follow the goblin code of the tribe. We don't have a name yet.
Yeah, TBD.
Tribe. The Goblin Code is as such. Share your loot. Everybody love everybody. Stealing is okay in a Robin Hood sense. And only breed with other goblins. Dude, it's such a concise code.
Not a lot of reading between the lines. Yeah, you just...
Share your loot. Also steal, but only if they're richer than you. Love everybody and bang other goblins. It's good. Tribe, unnamed tribe currently, is somewhat famous for producing goblin wrestlers. So, I mean, obviously you would know about the greater wrestling world.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I mean, you would have an idea of it.
Yeah.
It's probably, you know, bit glamorized or glorified, seeing as that's what you guys do. But possibly, though.
Well, we also export goblin gas.
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of stunts our ability to be a great goblin wrestling tribe, because we also just have such good gas.
But I mean, a lot of pageantry goes in it. We're talking WWE
yeah,
here. It's not all physical prowess.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. I mean, I'm sure, you know, it requires that high charisma. Possibly, this is side note, of course. Nobody knows this. Perhaps not even your character. Wasn't responsible for family death, and perhaps is the sole survivor of a completely different tragedy. Afraid of attachment, because they feel like they are a constant source of bad luck. Raised by adoring gobbo grandparents. One day, something or someone attacks the village when Hobgoblin is elsewhere, resulting in the death of grandparents and the slaughtering of the village. Finds they had made him a special wrestling outfit. Decides to, like, you know, abandon things because you're blaming himself. You rip off the rabbit's
body.
feet.
Oh yeah, the rabbit's feet. Two cloves.
Two of the clovers. Two of the cloves off the clover. 6'5", jack to the tits, kind of permanently green skin, jet black Wolverine goblin variant hair, trusting to a fault, somewhat addicted to goblin gas.
That description of 6'5", jack to the bone, lime like green tint, Wolverine goblin
meringue colored skin.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's like just crazy looking enough to not be like
slightly gullible, but more so gullible to people they trust, trusting to a fault. Yeah, this is dope. That's it. That's all, man.
That's perfect timing. Sam just called we're doing a reshoot for the podcast.
All right. Well, I hope everybody can be in better spirits for it.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be fine.
Feelings
this
get
character
hurt, but honestly, you guys have one of the coolest jobs in the world. I hope you never forget that.
No, I know it's truly great.
He said while sipping from his forehead Fable's mug.
Yeah. Dude, this character has turned out so much better just from talking through it with you. You had some great
ideas.
Thanks
for doing this, man. I'm just really excited. I don't want you to feel pressured because I know other stuff going on. But I've just been eager to get going on this. And before I can finish making the start of the world, I just need this kind of stuff so that I know to include these little bits. Because Sam has a few little bits that I needed to include so I can make things better. Obviously, again, I'm big fan of wrestling in general, so having a character that's involved in this is fun for me. And then I'll have to do the same thing for Bryan, and he's just going to be a little bit of a slowpoke because he's got this work thing. But by the weekend, I'm just going to keep nagging him until he gets it done. Because honestly, I mean, we talked for a little. It's like 20 minutes. Okay, no, it's like 40 minutes. Whoops. All right, well,
but
I'm going to stop
it was
recording.
Good, though. It was important.
Birth to the character. It's going to change your life.
Well, you already kind of know what the guy is, right? Big retarded dude.
But now I'm gonna record it.
Oh.
And you're gonna record it too.
Oh, OBS. Okay, yeah, I had OBS open because I figured you're gonna. Of course not. No, I gotta have the hoodie because this is part of the.
Oh fuck, dude! You're gonna make me bust mine out? I can't do it now. I've already done the other two without it.
It's all fine. Well, this is.
You know what?
Yeah,
it's for my boy.
I want the robot.
I ain't cracked the box yet, dude.
Oh, it's great. Although
I know it's from them because it has like all the fucking
dragon
express
stuff on it.
extremely urgent.
We need this shit out now.
Damn,
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
maybe-
realize you were just gonna open up stunting on me. This little. Give me a second. Fuck.
Come on, it's D&D. This is part of my guy's uniform. This is gonna be the only thing he comes in on is a cloak.
Man, the only problem is like wearing a white hood in northern Idaho, dude. That's just it's a recipe for bad spell.
Oh, you went with white? I thought you got the
I'll probably
black
get a lot
one.
of compliments.
I thought you got the black one because of it. Man, you could paint that thing. It looks so pure.
Oh, it stinks like a Renaissance fair.
Yeah, yeah. It has some degassing you have to do. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a certain vibe associated with the white hood that I don't know if I'm with.
Yeah, it's powerful. It feels powerful on you. You know what I mean?
Powerful. It's deep.
Like you could commit a crime and no one can tell. Look at that. You need me to clap? There you go.
Why would I? Yeah.
I don't know.
we can
I don't
both
know
clap.
because you're gonna take my
we're
audio and
doing
video.
it. We're doing it.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, I don't like the way this smells at all.
It'll go away. Trust me.
You just gotta wear it out.
I think mine kind of still smells like it, but it's way less. Like I'm not being assaulted by it.
Nah, it's fine. It's just got that new cloak smell, you know.
Yeah, I mean everyone's got to
I'm
break
used
it in.
to it. Yeah.
You got to break in the new cloak smell. Come on.
We both
If you
gotta get
don't
our
deserve it.
get our boots too.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow? I was gonna do mine after this. What are you doing after this?
Good Friday. There's nothing open here.
No, but
At
you
least for
shop.
me.
You want to shop online for some boots?
Oh, I don't do that. My feet are freak feet. So again,
Well, I mean, for the
I don't
type.
know if you could tell. Very wide feet.
You got small feet, bro.
Yeah, I know, but they're wide. They're like chode feet.
Yeah, but that's good because if you got small feet, if they're wide, then you still can't be pushed over.
I
There's
guess.
this dude. There's one of the
I
top
have good
posts
balance.
on Reddit. When I was taking a poop the other day, I was checking Reddit, and there was a guy who was like, "I'm 6'4", but have size 2 feet."
I saw that.
Did you see that shit?
Yeah,
You see this little baby? Oh my god, dude.
he would fall over though because it's too short.
Dude.
He
So
would
somebody made a good point. They were like, you should try rock climbing. And I think you should for sure. Because if you have super tiny feet, it's really beneficial. Big feet suck.
So are you saying I should buy like the little grip strength fucking
And become
Thing
like
is-
that one dude and just learn that. I
and
don't
start
know.
climbing rocks?
That guy's got options though. Because Sam said he was in Brazil. So it's like, you can go do jujitsu. You got the grip.
I can't see with this fucking hood.
There's too much fucking hood in my eyes. All right.
Yeah, that's too much hood.
Bryan. That is your name.
Oh wait, I can just be my name.
No. I'm just writing it down. Your
Oh.
class. You have elected to be a rouge, correct?
Yep, a rogue way.
Rogue. What race are you?
Human.
Wow.
That's the only good one.
Didn't see that coming.
I didn't feel like reading
Alignment?
about goblins and shit. I don't care about them. They stink and they're green.
Well, is that you talking or your character talking?
A little bit of both.
All right. Human, rogue, alignment.
Racist. Oh no.
Well, that would be
the
lawful evil, I think, is racist.
Lawful evil. Okay. Wait, you have to pick an
Are you-
alignment.
Okay, yeah, let's go over that real quick. Before
Okay. Is there like a personality test or something? I could just
there's decent descriptions. Let me go through.
hold on. I'm sure I can find something on BuzzFeed to figure this one out.
I got all my tabs here, so you don't gotta fret. Let's check. Personality and background. All right. Well, we'll go down the line here. Be easier. We'll get to alignment. What is your character's name, Bryan?
The problem with the name is people are gonna have to call me that the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So a part of me oh god.
I mean, it
don't know.
depends, right? Like, people can come up with a nickname for you, or you can elect to give people, say, like my full name, right? I don't go by
Yeah.
my full name. People call me like an abbreviated version of it, typically.
That's
Even
true.
Bizzle Snaff, people just call me Bizzle or Snaff. So, like, Your
Yeah.
full name and what you tell them your name is don't have to be the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like, you
That's
could be
true.
Cornelius Bread Crusher the Fourth, and then be like, yeah, I go by Cornbread or something. You know?
So good, actually.
Cornelius Bread Crusher.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
You can do
Cornelius
better
Bread
than Cornelius Bread Crusher. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
you don't have to go by your government name or whatever.
I guess that's true.
You wanna circle back to name?
I was probably just gonna make up a fake name anyways for them. I wasn't gonna. So this name's probably not even gonna be.
Well, what's your real name though?
My real name's Bryan.
No, your character.
Oh, let's see.
God, that's terrifying. When your hood's that far down and you have to like, well, let's see.
It's well,
We can circle back.
Okay.
That's a lot.
I'm gonna look up popular baby names for this one. My name's gonna be Liam Noah Oliver. There you go. Top 3 most popular names according to Google.
Ugh.
Liam, first name Liam. Okay, don't do that.
No. I was just thinking. I actually know somebody who named their kid recently Oliver, and I was like, why are people naming their kids after like street urchins?
Apparently, the most popular female name is Olivia. Damn,
Way to go, Sam. Way to fucking go.
Way to Google names, you fucking uncreative bitch. You know what I mean? Who does that?
Abby.
Who does that shit?
Abby.
Oh man.
Because remember, he wanted Hogarth, which I'm pretty sure is not one of the top names.
Oh,
I was working on a chess piece tattoo for Sam that said Mad Hog. That was for Madeline and Hogarth. Then Hogarth turned into Olivia. Mad Hog would have been dope,
what a disappointing child.
right?
I wonder if Abby actually would have said yes to that.
It's a Mad Hog. I don't know if she would have had a choice.
Or Hogarth.
Hogarth.
It's just Hogarth. All right. We'll circle back to the name. All right.
All right.
It'll probably be like some fucking me looking around going,
P.
Mug.
Tier Griffin.
Mug Tylenol the Coke Jr.
If you're gonna do that, at least be Cornelius Bread Crusher. Cornbread.
That's a great name.
We'll put that on the back burner as a possibility. What's your height and weight?
Height? You have to put a height and weight? Okay, fuck.
Physical characteristics, dog. It's important.
5'2", 200 pounds. No muscle.
5'2", 200 pounds. All right. Male or female?
Male. Wait, I figured this would be more inclusive. I thought there'd be like another. Or
I
something.
mean, you could if you know.
No, I'm a male. I don't want to do that. And then
Yeah,
you're talking about alignment.
Yeah. So do you have your player's book at all, or that PDF?
Which one? I got like a whole
Player's handbook.
Let's see. Is this the player's handbook one? Let me check. Let me check page 1. Yeah, this is it. Okay.
Okay.
They look exactly the same. And when you open
PDFify
them-
though. It should be this one with the guy on the cover.
Yeah. No, that's the one. It's just that I have 2 of them open. I have like the original Artificer thing you gave me.
Yeah, fuck that off.
The Tasha's.
That's like expansion
Alden.
shit we won't need.
I was reading it. I was like, Jesus Christ. There's so much dog shit to this character.
Well, and again, remember, rules are just like
Yeah, I was like, Rogue. This
it's
is
extra
like,
stuff. That's all. Rogue. I
I
love
saw
Rogue.
Rogue. I was like, you just steal things and you fucking you steal and you lie.
You
I
still
was
make
like, this is
potions,
great.
You can still poison.
I
The
just
funny
wanna
part is
lie.
like all 3 of you are picking. I'm not gonna tell you anything, but like
Rogues.
your characters' personalities all synergize in a very interesting way. It's really funny.
Oh, that's good.
Like Sam's traits cover Poob's flaws, basically, and vice versa, which should be interesting.
That's good.
Okay.
They're metagaming.
They're not, which is amazing. I'm proud of him. Sam especially, he's just getting into it. I think he's really going to enjoy role playing. But anyway, 122, page 122. It's alignment.
Page 1. Dose.
122.
Random height and weight. You can just choose random heights and weights.
I mean, you did basically. You didn't roll dice
Yeah.
for it, but 5'2", 200 pounds is pretty interesting.
It's like a fat guy, right? I figured that. Should I go
You could be
300?
mistaken for a dwarf, except you have no muscle.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you
All
have a
right.
beard or anything, but like, well, we can describe
And he has
that.
really long. His wingspan is like 7 feet. I want his
He has
arms to be really long.
arms.
Yeah, it's because he steals a lot, so he can
He's got like Phelps wingspan.
like his pant length is like 30 or something.
Extra long arms. What kind of physical characteristics? Like, what do you describe him as in like a police lineup type situation?
Physical characteristics.
Does he got a beard? Does he wear like what kind of clothes?
He's 2 foot. I mean, he's fucking 5
He's
foot
5
2, 200
feet. pounds.
How much more identify? His arms almost touch the floor. Like,
Yeah, what's
he's
he
pretty
look like that?
identifiable.
What's he? Is he white? Is he dark skinned? Is he?
Do they have? Okay, he's a
Mocha
white
color.
guy. The white guy.
Color hair.
Black.
Okay. What kind
I
of hair?
never
Long. Long,
straight
flowing, short.
long.
got a
Yeah,
mullet,
long hair.
skullet,
Let's give him long. Let's give him
Male
long
pattern
hair.
baldness.
Long hair that goes down to his ass.
Yes. Black.
He does. If he
Straight?
can't control his height, but he will control the length of other things. His
Long.
penis, if it gets brought up, his dick is perfectly acceptable in size,
Perfectly
which would be 4'3".
acceptable wiener length. May come into play. You don't know.
And it's got a
So,
girth of 6 inches. So
I
it's
find
a
it
little, it's
interesting
it's
that
wider than his arm.
You would be the worst person to do. Oh, Brian, what did the criminal look like? Well, they had really long arms, straight black hair, and I would say overall a perfectly acceptable wiener length.
Yeah, it's
All right, I
Not
think we've got
too-
our man.
well, if they had a dick lineup, then they would find him in 2 seconds. Oh, that looks.
I'm
It looks fine.
trying. I mean, is he dicks out all the time, or like, why is this relevant for
No,
me as
no.
the dungeon master?
No, well, just in the point, if there's ever a naked thing, well, you
No, you
obviously.
got Poob in your party. There's gonna be naked stuff. I would say basically.
So you would
every
just say,
twist and turn.
if anyone asks, just say it's a perfectly fine specimen, and it's not too small or stubby.
Do you have matching long, straight black pubic hair? Goes down to your knees or something?
I'm not fucking insane. No, it's just regular pubic hair. It's just regular pubic hair.
Okay, yeah, you're not insane. 5'2",
No.
200-pound thief.
It's just
Fucking
those are just
ape
scary.
arms.
He was born like that. That's not even
All
his
right.
fault.
Your alignment, page
Hmm.
122.
What the hell? I opened up a fucking. What is this? All right, I got it. I have for me. It says Dwarvish script sample alphabet.
Yeah, at the bottom, but up above it, shouldn't it say alignment?
Sex, height, weight, alignment.
After
There
that,
it is.
there you
There it
go.
is. Okay, I know.
So-
I've heard of these before. I've heard of, lawful good, neutral good. You see these
Yeah.
on a lot of online quizzes,
Yeah.
and it's got like a picture like neutral. It's like
So, like,
Han Solo.
lawful good follows a certain set of laws set by a group or society,
well,
and they adhere to those laws, and they do.
he's a
good.
rogue, so he can't do that, right? He can't be lawful.
Could potentially.
I'll be honest. My guy's just gonna scam people. You know
For
what
the
I
greater
mean?
good, or just for personal interest? So, like, Robin Hood would be like chaotic.
For
good.
money. It's just for money. The whole adventure thing is for cash, right? You just get cool stuff.
Is there any moral backing to it? Like, do you only steal from the rich? Do you only steal from the poor? Do you only steal from orcs? Do you only steal, like, what is there a moral motivation, or is it just like, I get money, I don't give a fuck who I take it from?
Exactly. I guess it would technically be the stupid, right?
So you
'Cause
pray,
my guy's
you
gullible.
pray.
He's gullible as shit, so obviously he has to look for people stupider than him. We're talking about like crayon eaters, glue eaters, orcs. You know what I mean? Children. I mean, they're stupid.
I would say that you're bordering onto like chaotic evil.
That's not,
It's not
is it
evil.
inherently evil
Maybe
to
chaotic
fucking,
neutral. You follow your whims, holding your personal freedom above all else. Many barbarians, rogues, and some
Yeah,
bards
man.
are
I'm
chaotic
thinking I'm
neutral.
doing a neutral thing, right? Because I'm trying. I'm
Okay.
taking care of myself, my
Okay.
party members.
Because evil,
Yeah.
is
I-
arbitrary violence spurred by their greed, hatred, or bloodlust.
Nice. Okay.
But I mean, like, if you don't have a particular hatred for anybody,
I don't have a bloodlust. I have a money lust. What's like Sigma male grind set? What would that fall under?
chaotic neutral.
Eyes on the cheese. All right.
Yeah.
That being said, I have to do. All right. What alignment in the multiverse? What does that mean?
For many thinking creatures, alignment is a moral choice. Humans, dwarves, elves, and humanoid races can choose whether to follow the paths of good, evil, law, or chaos. According to myth, good aligned gods who created these races gave them free will. Blah blah blah. Evil deities. Blah blah blah.
How about this? You could say I'm what neutral evil or chaotic evil, but my character will say he's chaotic good or neutral good. You know what I mean? So then it evens out to neutral. You know what I'm saying?
So you're just neutral.
No, I don't know. I don't. It's up to you. What do you think? Do you think he's evil? I think he's stealing from.
You seem more chaotic
babies.
neutral.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Because you're just doing whatever you want, kind of deal. You're not evil, but you're not looking to help anybody except yourself. You're not looking to hurt
party
anybody.
included. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not savage.
I'd say chaotic neutral.
The base height of a human's 4'8" in this game. What? Wait, a
'Cause you're
dwarf
rolling
is
dice on top of it.
a dwarf is 3'8".
Yeah, they're
I'm
tiny.
way bigger than a dwarf.
Well, yeah. You look like a big dwarf, a big weak dwarf
Wait, gnomes are like
with a perfectly acceptable penis.
no. Well, yeah. I mean, come on.
Gnomes are like 2 feet tall, right?
2'7" is the base starting thing.
Yeah, they're fucking small.
35 pounds.
But that allows you to do things like throw other
Okay.
players. Nobody's going to be able to throw you with a strength check unless they're He-Man. Could roll you.
Yeah. Well, no, because now I'm thinking like, okay, I had chosen actor as the feat or whatever, which is great and everything because it gives an advantage to deception. But maybe it'd be funny if my guy was like an acrobat or something like an athlete. Isn't there like one where he can climb and shit?
Acrobatics, yeah.
Yeah, like athlete. You can climb up and you can jump with only 5 foot. Like what the? It'd be kind of funny if my guy had his giant arms. He could just climb around like a psycho.
I mean, is that what you want?
Nah, we'll keep actor for now.
All right,
We'll keep
all right,
actor.
all right.
Let's-
We'll get to that. We're
I'm
right
bouncing
now,
around. There's so many fucking options.
We got your okay.
What else? Wait,
Got
what
your
else?
alignment. We need
Yeah.
your like the things that kind of make your character's personality. So ideals, bonds, and flaws. So ideals are any kind of principles that your character would never betray.
Chasing the bag. You know what I'm saying?
So what would prompt you to make sacrifices? What drives you to act and guides your goals and ambitions? What is the single most important thing your character is striving for? So
The
is your
Sigma
goal-
male grind set. You know what I'm saying?
What's your goal? It's just to get money, be rich.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're just greedy.
He's on the grind set. Well, what else is there, right? Like what? Like
So your ideal, well, I mean, it could be something like your character values loyalty or something, and so like you won't lie to anybody. That's your
gay as
friend
shit,
or
dude.
something. I'm just saying that's an example. I'm not saying that's for your character.
chasing
Or
the
like-
bag. Do whatever it takes to get the bag. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Do I have to have more ideals? Does this man have to have hopes and dreams?
Money over everything. I mean, it would be nice to know, why do you want money? Like, why is money so... I mean, everybody wants money. That's fair. But, like, why does this person hold money as their top priority? What is it? Was their heart broken? Was where they come from a poor background and now they want to slice the good life? Do they come from a rich background but they want to, like, work their way back
Oh, no.
up? Like, what is
Rich
your reason?
background. A rich background. My guy used to be rich.
Through his family or through what?
No, he used to because my guy invented shit. Well, he didn't invent shit. He gave the idea guy. Get the. My whole thing was my guy. He invented like a diaper.
Okay.
He didn't invent diapers, but it's like a diaper you wear with a portal in it, little black hole,
Okay.
right? And then you shit and piss in it, and it just sucks it up.
So it's like
This exists. It happened.
no.
Like, I created
no,
this
I'm
in
just
the
saying
lore.
in the D&D universe, what are those called? It's like a pocket
A pocket portal, is that a thing?
pocket hole.
Yeah.
I think it's called portable hole.
Perfect. Okay, he makes diapers with portable holes.
D&D portable hole. I gotta make sure this is a thing. Yeah. Fine black cloth, soft as silk, folded up to the dimensions of a handkerchief. It unfolds into a circular sheet 6 feet in diameter.
Okay, it's not that big.
No, but I'm saying like that's what it is. You can use an action and unfold a portable hole and place it against a solid surface, whereupon the portable hole creates an extra dimensional hole that's 10 feet deep. So your character is the one who created the portable hole diaper that uses a portable hole in the diaper to collect waste.
My guy didn't. Okay, he only had the funding for it. Okay,
He didn't. Okay.
Eggheads made the diaper. All right, but you know,
Created the design for portable hole diaper. But you were like robbed of your money, or what happened after that?
well, at least in my design, I don't know if it's lore friendly, but it would take the poo and the pee, right?
We'll make
warp
it more friendly.
and then they would just throw it somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
My idea was that it would just throw it over a mountain, okay? But in my lore, what happened was all the piss and shit from all the rich people loaded up the mountain, and it caused a shit avalanche crushing of some little fishing village.
Did this happen?
It's already happened.
Okay. Were you getting like what? So were you getting paid though for the design, or like what? You were part of a team. What happened?
I gave some fucking wizard some money. They made me the diaper, and then I sold that shit. And then when that happened, I picked up shop and left. You know what I mean? To a new venture. Before any repercussions, no repercussions happened. All right, I got away with it.
Resulted in destruction of a village
Well, don't say that.
from poop avalanche.
No, it did. I mean, it didn't. They didn't die, all of them.
No, but it destroyed the village, I would imagine. But poop avalanche?
Yeah, but it's like a shitty like little goblin village. Who cares, right? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like,
no. Oh,
it's already
no.
like.
Oh, no. All right.
what do you?
Oh, no.
What do you say? Oh no! What's so funny about that?
No reason.
Oh, one of them's a goblin. One of them's like a.
No reason.
One of them's a goblin, isn't it? That's what it is. Well, I'm not gonna tell them that. Obviously, I'm gonna take one look at his green ass and be like, "Okay, hold on. I'm not telling them shit about my life."
All right. So you come from a normal, good kind of like upper middle class background.
Yeah, I'm. Just a
Inventor.
pretty average guy.
What's your what are your bonds? Do you have any friends or family or anybody from your background that you have an allegiance to or a loyalty to, or people you've worked for, someone you love? Is there a special place or possession? Your bond can be tied to your class, your background, your race, or some other aspect of your character's history or personality.
Oh man, my guy's gotta have a family.
Well, no, not necessarily, but you probably have friends or something like that. You probably have like little inventor buddies, or maybe you're homies with a wizard somewhere. Just any type of connection.
I was doing more of a Steve Jobs. Like, I just screamed at them. I said, "Make my fucking diaper, bitch." You know what I'm saying? No friends. I mean, clearly I don't have friends. My character is supposed to be an asshole, right? He's not supposed to be likable.
Yeah, does he want friends though?
More than anything, man.
Doesn't have friends.
He could buy. He used to be able to buy friends. He lost it. He lost it all
Does he buy friends?
with his second invention, the adventurer suit, and it was a bread suit. It was a suit made entirely out of bread, and there was chili that ran through the suit to keep you warm, and it was food. As you got hungrier, the suit got lighter. It basically was genius for people that went on adventures. Pretty good idea, right?
The chili adventuring suit. Okay. So you're just full of inventions, but you don't have friends.
I don't have the brains for it.
You used to buy friends. Why don't you make them easily? Because you're gullible?
Yes, my character. Yes, that was the other thing that I thought was funny. He's gullible, but he's a scam artist. So he's like a con man, but also falls for shit easily. It's like a con man that gets conned. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So that would be your flaw would be being gullible.
You have more than one flaw?
Yeah.
I mean, I think being greedy is pretty gullible, or pretty flawful. Gullible is pretty bad, yeah.
Okay.
Is
there anything you're terrified of? Anything that enrages you? Do you have any vices? Is your character a smoker? Are they alcoholic? What do they? Are they an insomniac? A workaholic?
Cigarette people?
You a skooma addict?
Skooma addict? No. Let's see.
Just a lonely inventor out there.
Just a lonely
stealing from people, even though you're
greedy.
capable of inventing things that make you wealthy, apparently.
No, they all backfired. Like the bread suit shattered and gave 3rd-degree burns to everyone who bought one, and then
And then the poop avalanche. Okay.
And the poop avalanche. They're all horrible. They're. I guess it's great, awesome ideas. They sound amazing. There's horrible execution. What is that? What is that? Incompetence.
So what?
He sucks. He fails at everything. What?
I was just gonna say, what would cause your person to stop doing what they're doing, then be on an adventure? Why would they ever join an adventure? Because they're looking for friends? Because there's an opportunity for that? Are they?
No, I went broke.
Because they want money, and there's an opportunity for money.
No. The backpack thing was the last thing before I ran out of cash.
So the thing that would motivate you most is the opportunity for financial gain.
I need seed money so I can start up again. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes. They have banks in this world. I don't know. They got what do they have? Stock market? Probably not.
Maybe.
The land of the lawless, right, or some shit.
Yeah, but I mean, people probably making a living out here. Rogue personality traits. Are you more of you're a charlatan, not really a criminal.
What's a charlatan compared to a criminal? What's the difference?
Charlatan, you've always had a way with people. A charlatan is more like a con man. You know what makes them tick, and you can tease out their heart's desires after a few minutes of conversation. And with a few leading questions, you can read them like a children's book. It's a useful talent, and one that you're willing to use for your advantage. You know what people want, and you deliver, or rather, you promise to deliver. Common sense should steer people away from things that sound too good to be true, but common sense seems to be in short supply when you're around.
Perfect. That's great. Yeah, you know what? If I could sell fucking a diaper to people, to grown men, I mean, I could sell anything.
What's your way of scamming people?
What do you mean, way of scamming people?
Like, how do you make your money?
Now?
Yeah.
As a piece of shit, I either distract them and steal.
So you just, it's a sleight of hand type thing?
Or I just lie to them straight in their face. Preferably, first lie, second, and then if they don't bite, steal from them. You know what I mean? Just
what's the lie? Like, you tell them you're going to sell them some kind of great idea that doesn't exist? Or what's your thing?
I just figure out what problem they have, and then I make up some shit. I just tell, oh man, I got the cure for that. Buy this, and I just make up some shit of what it does, and then they either take it or they don't. You know what I mean?
So you scam and con first before you try robbing people.
Exactly. Yeah, you give them a chance, right?
I like it. I mean,
give them a they have a chance to get a consolation.
It's more interesting as a character.
What to lie to them and steal.
Well, and it's also different. Like, if you're a criminal, I feel like you're not going to interact with the people necessarily. Like a charlatan type, a roguish type is more like grease the wheels, get what you want. A criminal is like, I'm going to take my crowbar and I'm going to pry open this person's shit and I'm going to get inside.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, it's just different.
I believe in using words over violence. I'm kind of a pacifist. Don't make my guy a pacifist. I'll break that in 3 seconds.
Let's see. Do you have any religious ties?
They have gods? No.
Okay. Do you
Would it be a
gamble?
sin? Do I gamble? Hell yeah, that shit's
So religion
badass.
is pretty
Gamble.
interesting. Religion is more interesting for people who are either good or evil.
Yeah.
Because like paladins have to follow their religion, and if they
Yeah.
don't, then they become fallen paladins and they lose a bunch of their abilities and gain a bunch of weird ones and shit like that.
Oh, that's
Doesn't
pretty
really
cool.
affect you, but like it affects how you play in terms of like, you know, one of your flaws / personality traits would be like never saying no to a bet or something like that.
Yeah, I gotcha. No, of course. My guy loves gambling. He's gullible as shit.
Okay.
You grab all the money, and then obviously, like, based on my guy's, line of thinking here, get steal as much cash as you can, and then high risk, high reward betting. You know what I'm saying? Or just it doesn't have to be
Alright.
literally betting.
No,
Could
no,
just
but
be,
yeah, a gamble,
putting the money
a
in
gamble on
something
risky.
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's about.
Okay.
My guy's just a glorified gambling addict that steals for fucking to make his addiction satiated.
And your only aspiration is to become wealthy,
Yeah,
so that you can do what?
So what? Buy friends,
Okay.
buy a castle,
All right.
Power.
Is there anybody who you've ever been mentored by or crossed? Like, is there anybody who's like a teacher to you, and is there anybody out there who you're avoiding or that hates you?
I'm
Somebody
avoiding an
you've
entire
stole from?
village.
Okay, yeah. So they're aware of you at least, probably.
I don't know. I'm some sort of goblin Hitler. No. Just some little village Hitler. I am their poop god, and I made it rain upon them, and they've died and drowned in it.
What about any sort of revenge in your life?
Revenge?
Is there anybody who's wronged you that you seek vengeance upon?
I don't think so.
Okay. You're greedy.
Free little piece of shit, asshole. Try to make the guy as unlikable as possible.
Do you have a fake identity?
Do I have a fake identity?
Yes.
With papers?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, yeah. Hell yeah. Of course. Of course that happened.
Has false identity.
Yeah, I already told you I was planning on giving him a fake name right when we started. Because I was, obviously.
I'll put papers in quotes because I don't know what form of identification is going to exist. Maybe we'll just have IDs in this universe. All right, you got some sort of fake papers.
Yeah, it's a little passport. It says, my name's William Cosby, and I'm from House Huckabee. And I look like a good-natured man, all right? That's my papers.
William Cosby of House Huckabee.
Hell yeah. That's horrible.
It's fairly convincing.
Fairly convincing.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't get that from anywhere. There's nobody that's named that in real life at all.
So page 165 is feats.
All right, yeah, I got
If you
two of
wanted
them.
If you wanted to pick, yeah, I forget how many you got. 2 sounds right.
Yeah, left and a right.
Right. I think that's for your races, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm checking.
You get 2 feet?
How else are you gonna walk?
Yeah. Prereq.
Racial traits.
I thought it was just 1 foot that you get, 1 little feet.
Might be. I'm checking.
Well, I definitely actor, just for the advantage on deception. That's pretty good, That's my whole guy. He's deception guy, But I don't think you get 2, do you?
No, you gain 1 feat of your choice.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, that's kind of.
But I thought
OP.
that was on top of. I thought you got 1 normally, and then as a human, you got 1 on top.
That'd be pretty nice. Hold on. It says you get 1 from level 1, subject to change from race.
Yeah, that's why I think humans get 2.
Oh yeah, humans get an extra 1.
Okay, only the optional human variant has the option to gain a feat at first level. All the rest are gained as you
Okay.
level.
Oh, okay. Dude, there's like so many of these. Oh, and okay. I think I'll.
Traits are the racial abilities your character has. Features or feats are the ones that you pick based on your character and class. Oh, features are from the character class, and then feats are the customization outside of the two.
Okay.
So features and feats are separate. Features are class, feats are elected.
Okay.
So yeah, basically you
All
get
right.
them
Well,
as you
my
level
guy's
up.
not a. I don't know what the hell a variant human is. My guy's a human being, not a variant. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I
What the
mean,
hell's a variant human being? No. He's a normal guy.
I'll still give you a feat if you want for being a human.
Yeah, I'm an athlete. Or no, I'm a actor. I'm an actor.
So, skilled at mimicry and dramatics, you gain the following benefits. Increase your charisma score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You have advantage on charisma, deception, and charisma performance checks, which is what
Perfect.
you wanted. And then you can mimic
Yeah.
the sound or speech of another person or other creatures. You must have heard the person speaking or heard the creature make a sound for at least 1 minute. Okay, so you can
Alright.
you can mimic stuff.
That's pretty neat.
It's not bad.
Creatures and people, right? Like things.
Yeah.
You can't like mimic a fucking like a marble rolling down a table or something.
New.
I'd have to hear that for a minute straight. I can't be like the guy from fucking the Cop Academy thing. Sound effect dude. I can't be that guy.
Maybe at a high enough level.
Yeah.
Not a level 1 though. All right.
You get more than 1 feat. Like you can get multiple while you level up.
Yeah, I mean, like over the course of leveling, you'll get them, but they're spread out.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's not like every single level.
Thought it was like your fucking star sign in like Skyrim or something. Right.
I guess it's at set points.
Yeah, but no, I'm definitely going with the actor one.
It's like every 3 or 4 levels, it looks like you get one.
Some of them are like race based too, huh?
Yeah, well, and class based. Like the only people who get them at level 10 apparently are rogues. Not sure why.
Oh, okay.
And like fighters get an extra one at level 6.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well, we got our feet down.
Feet are down. All right.
Feet are down.
It's a quick overview here. Class rogue, race human, alignment chaotic neutral, 5'2", 200-pound male with extra long arms, white skin, long straight black hair that goes down to his butt, perfectly acceptable wiener length, flaws: gullible, greedy, ideals: money over everything. Created the design, the brief history, comes from middle class background, created design for portable hold diaper, paid wizards to make diaper, resulted in destruction of a village from Poob avalanche, goblin village. Doesn't have friends, used to buy friends, doesn't make friends.
It used to buy friends. Hold on, I didn't buy no friends. He didn't. No, he didn't buy the friends. He hired employees or employees. No friends.
I guess I was saying like using
They
that
didn't get
money,
that desperate.
using that money to get attention. You know what I mean? It's like the
All
rich
right,
kid
okay.
at school who people don't like, but they like that he's rich, so they hang out with him. I feel like that's how your
perfect.
guy was.
All right, yeah, that's what he. Yeah, okay, all right.
Wants seed money. That is your big motivator.
Seed money.
You
Yo, for the
scam-
next big heist.
You scam and con people before robbing. You love to gamble. You're currently avoiding goblins and goblin villages. You have a false identity with papers, which is William Cosby of House Huckabee, and your feat is actor. What's your character's name?
Well, it can't be Jerry Seinfeld Jr. It can't be that. That's what he's late right now. Wait, let me go check my
We could
guy's name.
change. What's like an anagram of Jerry Seinfeld Jr.?
I don't want to be called Jerry though. Hold on, let me see. Oh no, because then I would just do a fake name. I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna give him a fake name anyways. This one's never gonna be even seen. really, unless something comes up.
Man, there's a lot of interesting Jerry Seinfeld Jr. results.
Some weird like affair.
Dijon
Jerry had.
Sherilyn refuse.
Dijon.
Dijon freely injures. Delius Jennifer Jory. DJ Ferrarias Jolyn.
No, I like Dijon. Dijon like some mustard guy. Dijon. That was. No, I want Dijon. Okay.
Dijon.
Yeah, Dijon. That's the one.
Dijon the Rogue.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. That was perfect. That's a perfect name.
There's got to be a. What's the last name?
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
Dijon.
Let's see. Dijon Motard. Sounds like mustard. So I said Motard. There you go. It's mustard, but no S.
Dijon Moutard.
Yeah,
Moutard?
Dijon yeah. Dijon Moutard. There you go.
Very like
Sounds French.
Indian or something. Yeah, it's kind
Or
of
Indian. Yeah.
Moutard. Dijon definitely, yeah, there's a French ring to it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Dijon Moutard. Dude, that's
It's not a bad name.
hell yeah.
Are you willing 3 months from now to still be Dijon Moutard?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I ain't gonna get sick of Dijon.
I mean, you got William Cosby of House Huckabee as your backup, so.
Well, that's my papers. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh God, I'm gonna have to tell them that. No, I'm not telling them that. I don't owe them
You have
shit.
to
I
tell
ain't
him
get-
shit.
Yeah.
You can tell him your name's William if you want.
I don't know. I'm gonna give them some bullshit names. Not even gonna be any of those.
Okay.
You don't need to know why. I don't have to tell them shit.
No,
They
this
don't know
this is just
shit
for me,
about me.
because I'm gonna try to make your backstories have some kind of crossover. Is all.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna-
it worked out perfect, honestly. I don't know why you destroyed a goblin village with some shit, but like that plays well into other people's backstory. So
This the reasoning for it is because there needs to be a central portal, right? The diaper is only able to travel the shit so far.
Yeah.
So obviously there's this rich village that I'm selling to, you know, and I wanted to keep it out of sight, so I put it on a mountain next to a shitty goblin village.
well,
You
it
know what I
sounds
mean?
like you like. I'm guessing here, but you seem like you cut costs because the whole shouldn't be dumping over a village. You know, I would expect them to have
That's what-
somebody come clean them out, but you know, rich
Okay.
people don't do that
mean-
shit. Yeah.
I mean, the goblins can clean it up. It's their problem. Honestly, it's their. I still say that it's their fault. They saw the shit coming. It's a giant portal.
Well, no wonder you're avoiding them. Was it all at once?
Well, it piled up, and then eventually it was just a giant shit. Well, because you know it got bigger and bigger, and then one day, you know, a little rumbling happened, and you know, mudslide. I guess it's more of a mudslide than an avalanche. It's just piss and shit.
All right, Dijon. I think we have a
Dijon
character.
Motard. Yeah.
I think we have a character.
So which I'm assuming Poob's the goblin.
No,
Sam's the goblin.
it's more complicated than you think.
It's like he's like a half goblin. He was raised by goblins. Those are the two
are the
things I'm
options.
thinking. Yeah. That's what it is.
Could be anything. All right, I don't think I need anything else. Is there
fuck.
any other pertinent information I should know about Dijon?
Dijon Motard? Oh, I don't. Well, I'm trying to think.
He's down to con. He's down to steal. He wants money. He wants friends.
He wants, yeah. I mean,
gullible.
geez, you made my guy seem like he has such an empty shell of a life, dude. Only wanting money.
I mean, I didn't do
How did
that.
that work?
I didn't do
What?
that. I didn't do that. That's what you told me.
No, but you're like, looks like he just wants cash. Yeah.
I'm in summation here. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
get the bullet points for this guy. That's all.
Honestly, I actually like it that way. He has nothing else. He just wants
Not the time
money.
down, dude. He's ready for adventure.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you to everyone who supported Dive Laughter throughout its run. for the messages of encouragement and support, for the incredible fan art, and for all of you who spent the effort to write out so sincerely what the show meant to you. I'm still in awe at how many people took the time to listen to our shenanigans, and I apologize for not being able to deliver a better experience for all. Thank you for being there while I learned and struggled with the process. And thank you from the bottom of my heart to Poob and Bryan for your creativity, patience, and everything else you did to help make it possible. And of course, thank you, Sam, whom I am eternally grateful to, for, among many other things, giving a friend a chance to see a dream come true. Love you guys.